This is the Kohler 1007489 fill valve assembly kit. This fill valve will work on several different Kohler models. Just to list a couple, there's the 3379, 3398, and 3437. Now there are a few more. That's just a list or an example of a few. Now what will come in this kit, you'll have your fill valve assembly that has that brass arm and the threads here that's going to connect it to that tank, as well as the fill valve nut to secure it. It'll also include a few different flow restrictors. You've got a clear one, bring that one a little closer just so you can see it, and then brown, purple, green, yellow, red, blue, and orange. Now those flow restrictors, they'll go right into this piece of the fill valve. What you would do is, I'm just using the orange one as an example, it may be different on your model. You'd take the skinnier piece of that flow restrictor and plug it right into that hole. Just press it in, make sure it's secure, and then you would take your replenish tube, which is that rubber tube that runs from here into the top of the flush valve. Another thing to notice about this fill valve is you've got this threaded arm here that the float kind of attaches to and moves up and down. Now the height of the float can be adjusted by either threading this rod down or threading it up. And we'll go ahead and get a couple dimensions of the fill valve, starting from the base of this brass arm all the way up to the bend. Let's go ahead and turn it this way, make it a little bit easier. So from the base of that brass arm all the way to the top of the bend, we're looking at right at about 9.5, maybe 9 3/4. And then we'll also measure the plastic tower portion itself from the bottom here all the way to this cap. Let's get that lined up. It's a little bit difficult because the float's in my way. We can say it measures right at about 8 3/4 inches. And then it'll also have that rubber gasket that's going to create that seal between this arm and the hole in the tank. We can also get a few dimensions of the fill valve nut, starting with an outer diameter of this flat side. It's going to measure right at about 1.5 inches, with an inner diameter of right below 1 inch, so we can say about 7/8 of an inch. And then we'll measure one of the flow restrictors. They all should measure the same. Right out right here. It's going to measure just shy of 1/2 inch there. And once again, this is the Kohler 1007489 fill valve assembly kit.